What's up, guys? Time to show off a Kraken build for Mr. Cullen. This is on the ST3600 wine movement. And although these come out awesome when they're done, they are so stressful and difficult to work on. In the end, I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. But it was. They always are. And I don't know if I'm just not as skilled as I need to be, but so ST3600, we got this in a black PVD case. It has a sapphire crystal in there, so it gives you that nice reflective look to it. Then I had my buddy Ron laser out this dial, and then sent it over to my buddy Michael, who custom airbrush painted it. So, a little expensive on the dial and painting, but that is what makes it so awesome. So what makes it tough working on these is cutting the stems one thing, but whenever you loosen it up, I barely turn that thing a whole turn. Sometimes when I pull it out, some of the gearing from the keyless works likes to come out, and you have to strip part of the watch down to put it all back together, and it is not fun. And then you're like, wait, what did I do wrong? Nothing. And I gotta go right back to doing that same thing I did again and hope it doesn't happen again. So that's always good fun times. These have an exhibition case back on them. It might be a little tough to see, but right down here is a screw, and right up here goes a screw. You have to put these little tabs in and put these screws in. Simple, right? Well, when you put those tabs and you lip them under and you push them down, they're sometimes at an angle, and you got to get your screws straight up and down, and you have to make sure your screw doesn't fall into here, or especially go over into this. This one's a lot safer to work with because even if it falls, you can kind of get it back out. But over here, you don't want that one going anywhere. So I spend almost half my time just getting these in here. And the worst part is once you've got it all set, you look at the dial and you're like, hey, I got debris in there somewhere. And you have to take it all back off to get that debris out. So I look this thing over so many times before I put those screws in, because there's been times where I've had to do it 3 and 4 times. So this time it wasn't that many times, it was just the one time I got them in. But did a black handset on this. I do not redesign my dial so that I can feature a seconds hand at 9 o'clock or 6 o'clock. It just doesn't work with this dial. So I grind off that pinion on that dial before, on the movement before I put the dial on. Then my buddy Jonathan over at Wristbound, he did this super soft, I don't know if it's like wax leather or what, but it is like slicky. It's kind of nice, with a nice purple color to it. So this purple that's on here, it has a nice color shift to it. It goes from like a dark purple to a light purple. And then a black PVD buckle on here. And that is the build, man. I hope you love it. It took me a little while to build it for you. And then it also has black loom done in here, so can't really see that there's loom, but there is black loom in there and in the eyes. I've always said with these, glass is on tight, case back's on tight, but there's only an O-ring and this lever that keeps water pressure from going in over here. So, you know, as you can see, it's on leather, so you wouldn't get it in the water anyway. But that said, I don't know how much I trust this. This is a wine movement. It will stop once it has wound all the way up. What you have to do is take the pressure. When you take this lever off, see this little arm right here? It comes off. Comes off that and lets that pop out a little bit. But at that point, you can wind. You won't be able to really give it too much of a wind because you can only spin it so far with this crown guard. Oh, and you can't spin it any farther because I've already been winding it. Now, apparently I was like 2 winds away from being done. But you'll just pop that over. You can set your time. You'll notice it just sits inside that crown guard. You can set your time. But as I was saying, the only thing that's in there is just a little O-ring and this that holds water pressure out of there. So I think they, you know, if you buy like a Panerai Luminor, I think that they're like, what, 3 meters, 10 feet kind of situation. So, and it's the same style. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 6:27 p.m.
6:27 p.m. It's almost time to do a waffle. 6:27 p.m. You'll force that over, drop it on. Let's dismiss this alarm. And that's how you set your time. So that is your build, sir. Sorry if I complained about it the whole time. But just working on these, it's so tough. I don't know if I'm just not as quick on it. I didn't have any issues with the stem this time. I didn't have any issues really, other than it took forever to get one of these screws in there, like 6-7 minutes. Which, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't take too long. But when you're frustrated, man, it certainly does. So that is your build, man. Thank you so much for waiting on it. Matching beads, we took the beads that you had sent me, and when we took the 2 beads off, we matched it to this one. So this one should fit your wrist pretty perfectly. I don't have any black Kraken boxes, but I have the silver Kraken box. It's a silver Kraken box coming your way. And normally I send it with watch cleaner, leather conditioner. You don't need any scratch remover on this. This is sapphire, but you have so much stuff from me with 30 to 40 plus watches that I'd always just send you little extra things. You're kind of getting to the end of all the little extra things that I have that's cool for you. But here's your watch. I hope you love it, man. If you want me to build you something custom and unique, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe, so I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.